Mary was prepared to become the mother of God and to be free from sin, because if not, then God cannot blend with the humans, cannot become flesh, because God cannot blend, God who is holy cannot blend with the unholy. And because Jesus, the Son of God, was becoming flesh through the womb of Mary, then Mary was holy all along, from the time she was conceived up to the time she bore Jesus Christ in her womb. So, nandito tayo ngayon sa grotto. Dito lang ito sa loob ng bahay, sa balkon lang. So, nakita natin, dito yung mga halaman. So, napalibutan siya dito sa kabila. Meron dito. At nandito yung medyo may kalitang grotto natin. Kasi yun lang ang pwedeng magawa sa loob ng bahay. Okay, ano bang topic natin? Bakit pinapakita ko yung grotto? Today is the feast day of the Immaculate Conception, December 8. At before that, I want to greet and join me in greeting Mama Mary. Happy Feast Day. Happy Feast Day, Mama Mary. So anong meron sa December 8 at anong meron sa Immaculate Conception? Ano bang istorya ng Immaculate Conception na kalaunan ay nagiging dogma ito? So, pag sinabing dogma, ito ay official teaching ng Christianity, lalong-lalo na sa Roman Catholic Church. Dito sa dogma ng Immaculate Conception, pag-usapan natin ang dalawang bagay. One is the call, and the second one is the issue on freedom, when Mama Mary was being called by Archangel Gabriel to become the Mother of God. So noong panahon na tinawag ng Panginoon si Mama Mary, or si Mary, not yet Mama, because she was not yet the mother of the Son of God, God sent Angel Gabriel to go to Mary and announce to Mary that she was chosen by God to be the mother of the Son of God. Nung dumating si Angel Gabriel, ang una niyang sinabi is, "Hail Mary, full of grace." It is not ordinary that an angel would greet that kind of greeting to a mortal. So our question now is Mary really a mortal? Okay. Pag-usapan natin yan. Kasi kasama yun sa tinatawag na call. If we are going to trace back the history of humanity, our first parents, Adam and Eve, were expelled from the paradise because of sin. And sometimes we call this one the kind of sin that we inherit, or the sin of inheritance. So next, ibig sabihin ng sin of inheritance. Okay? Ibig bang sabihin nito na yung pagkakasala ng tatay mo o ng lolo mo ay pagkakasala mo rin? Or pagkakasala ni Adam and Eve ay pagkakasala mo rin? Hindi pa napakalaking injustice na yung kasalanan ng ibang tao, kahit man lolo mo pa yan o tatay mo pa yan, o mga kanununuan mo pa yan hanggang kina Adam and Eve ay magiging kasalanan mo. Ang ibig sabihin ng sin of inheritance, or we call that one normally as original sin, is not really a personal sin. Please remember this. It is not a personal sin. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? It is actually, as shall we say, a kind of sin that has an effect to our state, to our condition as human person. Bakit? Kasi, when God created human beings, part of the gifts that God has given is the preternatural gift called immortality. So meaning to say, we were almost like God before that we do not have the capacity to die. We were immortal once. But because of sin, that kind of thing, immortality, has been stripped from us. Not because that God punished the human person or humanity for sinning, but it is just a consequence. Nagiging resulta siya ng pagkakasala. So meaning pala, na yung kasalanan, ang resulta nito ay kamatayan. So ibig sabihin, pag hindi ka pala nagkakasala, pwede pala na hindi ka mamamatay. Paano ito posible ngayon? Ang ginawa nito, ito yung shall we say, nagiging cycle na simula nung nagkaroon na ng kasalanan, humans or human beings or humanity, wala na silang kakayahan to go back to the original condition of which they are so near to God and they are immortal. And they can go back to the original condition, which is to become immortal once again. So, what becomes the plan of God? God wanted to show to the whole humanity that there is still a way to retrieve our immortality. There is still a way to go back to Him. But how? So He planned now that He must have to become flesh. But the problem is, because of sin, humanity become unholy, people become unholy, and God is still holy. So there is now a problem of blending between the holy and the unholy. So how can God become flesh when the flesh is unholy and God is holy? What God did was to prepare a womb for His coming. And this is now the dogma of the Immaculate Conception. Mary was prepared to become the mother of God. Because of this, God take away all the strain and the effect of sin from Mama Mary during when she was being, shall we say, carried in the womb by her mother Anne. So sa sinapupunan pa lang ng kanyang nanay na si Anne, nakagain na ng favor si Mary to be free from any effect of sin. So, ibig bang sabihin nito, may immortality si Mary? Well, pag-usapan natin yan sa susunod na video. Okay. Pero ngayon, pag-usapan natin yung Immaculate Conception, yung call, at saka yung issue freedom. So, when Anne had conceived Mary, Mary was already free from sin. Why and how the church knew this particular thing? If you're going to go back to the Gospels are just reflections of the people who experience God and the hand of God working in society. So what the fathers of the church, the many councils, especially the Council of Nicaea, they were able to reflect and get to the bottom of the truth that Mary was prepared to become the mother of God and to be free from sin, because if not, then God cannot blend with the humans, cannot become flesh, because God cannot blend, God who is holy cannot blend with the unholy. And because Jesus, the Son of God, was becoming flesh through the womb of Mary, then Mary was holy all along, from the time she was conceived up to the time she bore Jesus Christ in her womb. So the holy is meeting now with the holy. So God who is holy is making the womb of Mama Mary and the totality of Mary to be holy, so that God can be in the womb of Mama Mary. Okay, so what happened to the call now? During the time of the call, it was Angel Gabriel who was sent by God to announce to Mary that Mary would become the mother of God. And we have to take note of the pattern of the call, because in every call there is always a pattern, and it is happening all throughout, even during the ancient times and even in the modern times, it is always operative. So the first one is there is a call, then there is an objection to the call, then there is an assurance, okay, by the caller of the one being called, and once assured, the one being called says yes to the call. So when Angel Gabriel announced to Mary with a greeting, "Hail Mary, full of grace," Mary was stunned, Mary was surprised, because it is not ordinary that a mortal human being like her would be greeted by an angel. And she was speechless, and Gabriel continued her pronouncement and said, "This is my daughter, my baby Rina, okay, say hi to the camera." Okay, so sa mga nanood, okay, si baby is birthday niya bukas, na December 9. Okay? So, dito ka baby. Dito lang. Okay? Yan. Okay. So, nung sinabi ni Angel Gabriel, "Mary, you will become the mother of God," Mary was so hesitant, okay, and said, "How can that be? I do not know any man." So, if we are going to analyze what Mary had said, it is as if that is it impossible for Mary not to know any man. So, by literal translation of the um, words of Mary, it is as if it is impossible for her to not to know any man because she has a father. She might have also some relatives who are men, but it is a literary, shall we say, expression. It is the kind of communication that is being used during that time to mean na wala sang boyfriend. So, sa madaling sabi, sa salita natin ngayon, parang sinabi ni Mary, paano mangyayari yan? Paano ako magkakaanak? Paano ako mabubuntis? Nga wala nga akong boyfriend. No? So, para bang ang ganong salita is ginagamit din natin mga Filipino, di ba? Minsan, pag meron tayong gustong iparating, dinadaan natin sa literary na pamamaraan. Like for example, tatanungin ka, no, ng isang babae, gaano mo ba ako kamahal? Okay? At pwede mong, shall we say, gumawa ka ng medyo mga hugot-hugot lines, okay? Or some say like mga pakulo, like tula, at sabihin mo, ang pagmamahal ko sa iyo ay kaya kong abutin ang buwan, kukunin ang mga bituin, at ialay sa iyong harapan. Ang tanong, totoo ba ito? Kaya ba ng isang tao kukunin ang buwan at mga bituin at ialay sa kanyang minamahal? Definitely hindi. But there is something truth about it. Meaning to say, it is just another way of saying, kaya kong gawin. Maipakita ko lang na mahal kita. So this is also the kind of thing that was present during the time of Mary. How can it be? I do not know any man. Okay? So, ngayon, intindihin natin sa pamamaraan na imposible yan. Okay? Halos hindi yan mangyayari. Imposible mangyayari kasi wala nga akong boyfriend. Okay? So, yun ang objection ni Mary. Na parang hindi ito posible. No? Pero hindi niya sinabing ayaw ko. No? Hindi niya sinabing ayaw ko. Ang inatanong niya is medyo parang imposible. Then Angel Gabriel assured Mary. So this is now the third element of the pattern. Assuring the one being called, okay, by the one who is calling. And Gabriel said, the Spirit of God will overshadow you, and you will become, and you will bear the Son of God. Hearing this, that it is the hand of God who will make it possible for her to bear the Son of God, then she was assured that even if that is impossible to happen, it is always impossible because it is God's work and not by way of a human work. Because of that assurance, Mother Mary said, yes. Okay? Let it be done according to your word. Okay? So, meron mang pag-object, pero dahil may assurance, ang nangyayari is tinanggap ni Mama Mary yung hamon.